So while everyone else is getting on their phones and laptops and posting paragraph-long diatribes about the new year, new me, new decade, yeah, I know all you wiffle ball fanatics have just been sitting in your basement watching last year's highlights and figuring out what scuff is going to work for that new pitch you've been working on. So I think it's time we all sit down and talk about what really matters here.
Come on, swing it back!
But in all seriousness, guys, Happy New Year and welcome to 2020. As trite as it has become at this point, it is exciting to think of the prospects of entering a new decade, and as this channel is dedicated to the game of whiffs, I'm going to channel that excitement into the prospects circling the wiffle ball community. As someone who really made his entrance into the sport in the past few years, it's crazy to look back and see where the game is now from where it was just a decade ago. 10 years ago, FT Wiffle, a simple backyard league, pioneered the idea of promoting whiffs and a whiff league on YouTube. Something that may seem obvious now, but wasn't quite so simple 10 years ago. Thankfully, channels like FT Wiffle, Wiffle Boy 28, and Caputo Complex created a little niche for wiffle ball on the YouTube algorithms. At the same time, in Fast Plastic's absence, GSWL was beginning to take over the fast pitch scene on a national level, and meanwhile in New York, the Palisades WBL, under the leadership of Brett Bevilacqua, was slowly becoming the greatest wiffle ball league ever made, capturing some of the best talent to ever grace a wiffle ball field. However, as the years go by, two things are inevitable: super teams winning at nationals and the winds of change. So as we move into this new year and this new decade, which awaits us with nothing but open opportunity, I'm going to take this video to talk about those changes and those prospects that lie ahead. I'm going to be doing this in two parts. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about my overall thoughts on the community and what awaits us in 2020, and then I'm going to take some time to talk about my channel and my content and where we are headed in this new year. So without any further ado, let's talk some whiff. If you were to try and graph the activities of the wiffle world on a line chart, it looks something like the jagged edge of the Rocky Mountain peaks. I lived in Colorado, just trust me on this one. Bad analogy to make the point that involvement in and the growth of the game is constantly changing, and it's honestly kind of hard to try and measure the growth of the sport on any truly accurate scale. Players take breaks, commissioners retire, old leagues and tournaments shut down, and come back. One thing that we can relatively measure, though, is the game's growth on the #1 free broadcasting platform in the world, the internet. I personally believe that platforms like Instagram, like Twitter, like YouTube, especially YouTube, cannot be undermined in the role they play in introducing people to the sport. A free video broadcasting platform that instantly puts out your product to the entire world. Yes, I know I sound like a dad that's discovering what the internet is for the first time. All that to be said, though, there are countless people just like me who discovered wiffle ball online and have developed a love for the sport from there. And I think that's great. Going into 2020, the community has the advantage of finally being able to springboard off of the many years of hard work it took for content creators like Sean Steffi, like Kyle Schultz, to put in the work to get wiffle ball numbers on YouTube, which is no simple task in today's oversaturated environment. Obviously, MLW is leading the charge. The first, and hopefully not the last, wiffle ball focused channel to reach 100,000 subscribers. That's beyond impressive. Almost, to me, more impressive than appearing on ESPN, because having a loyal audience commands consistent viewership to your content, to your sport, and it shows that yes indeed, people care about this game of wiffle ball. After years and years of maturing, MLW is taking wiffle ball by storm. Recently, their Boston tournament showed an awesome coming together of incredible talent from leagues like the Palisades, like Fast Plastic, and the whole Northeast scene in general. I've found that coming together to be a super exciting combo of media presence, talent, and fun. Three things that I think everyone can agree are good for the sport. I personally am ecstatic to see what the future will bring for MLW and what they will bring with them, because right now when you Google wiffle ball, they are some of the very first links to come up. Speaking of media presence, another huge development for wiffle ball in that area is the organization National Wiffle. You may know it as a podcast network or some Twitter account, but I am here to tell you that the best way to describe National Wiffle is as your one-stop wiffle shop. Anything you want to know about the national wiffle ball scene and how to get involved, the National Wiffle website and all its accompanying attributes is a great way to get started. So good in fact that I'm going to drop a link to the website down below, and even if you are a wiffle ball veteran, it's definitely worth the time to stop by and visit. I am really looking forward to seeing National Wiffle grow in the future. As for the Northeast and the tournament circuit in general, the decline of the Palisades WBL was a slow, dreadful debacle to watch, but I think that we are finally beginning to pick up the pieces and move forward from there. Although I haven't really talked about it much here, Mid-Atlantic Wiffle Ball is showing that it is here to stay. With an always great combo of well-run events and awesome talent, MAW is bringing that Northeast fast pitch action we all love to see, and with their 2020 schedule ready to go, they do not show any signs of slowing down soon. However, joining them, it looks like we haven't seen the last of wiffle ball at the infamous Cottage Lane. Slowly unveiling more and more information, it looks like the Northeast will have a new fast pitch league coming in 2020. I'll be talking more about this league in the upcoming weeks, so I won't go too in depth here, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to put it lightly. Another opening day event that was announced not too long ago is Golden Stick's 2020 opening day at Eisenhower Park of New York on April 26. Last year, I was enthralled to see Lou dipping Golden Stick's hand back into the fast pitch world with the Golden Stick Pro League, which showcased some great players and a solid season, albeit a short one. I'll be very interested to see if this is an idea that they will continue to run with or not, and just curious overall to see how much Golden Stick will be involved in the fast pitch scene in this new decade. And while I don't really want to get into the whole fast pitch versus medium pitch debate here, I will say that Golden Stick's Yard League does hold a spot in my mind as one of the most professionally run tournaments all around, in terms of presentation and just the skill that is present at those tournaments. Something that I'm eager to see continue into the coming years. I really do hope to be able to attend one of their tournaments in the future, as it is a really cool little mecca for wiffle ball players coming together in that region of the country, and I guess you could just honestly say that about the entire Northeast scene in general. Meanwhile, I'm just chilling here in the South. Speaking of myself, time to talk about my content for a second. So 2019 was an odd year for me personally. It kind of sucked for wiffle ball, to put it bluntly. I didn't do half as much as I would have liked, just in terms of my content, my own league, and just involvement overall. However, the content that I did put out fared very well, and the channel did grow thanks to all of you awesome guys. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I really cannot express how much it means to me to have people that genuinely care about the content that I put out, and how much it invigorates me to do more of it. Alrighty, sappy moment over, but yes, last year didn't go quite according to plan. I was, however, able to attend the Fast Plastic NCT, and that did thankfully jumpstart my Wiff life once again, and kind of in a different way. I was able to do a lot of filming and coverage, as well as play and just overall be involved in everything, and that was a really awesome experience. All that being said, I'm really looking forward to this new fresh start with the prospects of 2020, and we are kicking it off with a new difference that you probably noticed when you clicked on this video, a new profile pic and channel art. Huge thanks to Sean for doing an absolutely amazing job. But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I hope you guys like the new look. I know I do. Moving into 2020, I cannot say definitively what all will be happening, but I know that I will for sure be focusing on making Wiffle Statement a hub for all news Wiffle related. This is a concept that I've held for a while and really want to work hard on in 2020. With the Wiff community being as fragmented as it is across the country, it is not an easy task, but definitely a worthwhile one to have a source that reports on developments going on in the sport across the nation. Going along with this, I'm going to be dipping my hand into a new social media platform. That's right, you probably guessed it. Wiffle Statement is now on Twitter. I'm like a Ken Rosenthal of wiffle ball. But yeah, fellas, we are going to give it a try and see how it goes. I'm excited to be using a new platform to report on wiffle ball, so please be sure to drop by and say hi and give me a follow just to help my Twitter account get rolling. And if you are not on Twitter, you can also follow my Instagram page at spwiffs. I'll be doing my very best to keep both of those active over the coming months. Along with the news and the commentary, I do hope to find some time to be able to play a good bit in 2020 down in my local area, as well as out of state and events throughout the year. So this will of course be a great source for videos, as well as if you are also attending events and want to meet up or talk some wiff, please be sure to let me know. Honestly guys, it is such a good time to be getting involved in wiffs. If you've been watching videos on YouTube or hearing friends talk about it, I want to encourage you personally to get out there this year and give it a try for yourself. I can almost guarantee that you will be hooked and be going wiff crazy the minute you hit that field and start playing. I will be right there alongside of you, and I cannot wait to see what all this new year and new decade will bring. So there we have it guys, my little talk for the community and my channel in this January 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I would like to know what you think as well, so please be sure to drop a comment down below. And if you are wanting to see more of the content from me that I was just talking about, well then please subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified on when a new video comes out. Also, like I said earlier, you can also follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram to get updates from those two sources. And I'm just going to wrap up the video right here, fellas. Thank you so much for watching. Get out there and play some wiff, and you will be hearing from me soon. Goodbye.